Hey there, welcome back to What's Your Take? I'm Wyatt Spalding, and today we're going to talk about the San Diego Padres. Now, I think a lot of people don't really realize how good the Padres are. At 61 and 52, and second in their division, they can make a push to make the playoffs. They just got off a 5-game losing streak, though. They lost to the Rockies in their last game, like in the series. Got swept by the Dodgers, but it's the Dodgers. Even though they got to be the Dodgers because they're number one in their division, and I don't think they're going to catch the Dodgers. The Dodgers are probably like the best team in baseball right now. And then they lost the first game against the Giants, but won last night 7-4. Juan Soto went 2 for 3, and he hit a homer. His first home run for the Padres. Juan Soto, who was the biggest prospect in the trade deadline, the MLB trades, is on the Padres now. He's only 22, 23. I think he's only 23 years old. And he has so much potential. And he's already done so much. He has a World Series under his belt. Padres have made it to a World Series, but lost in 2020. But he can really help this team, along with Manny Machado, who went 2 for 5 last night and hit a walk-off homer to win the game. But what I really love about this team is their pitching. Yu Darvish, who is their ace pitcher, is 10 and 5 right now with an ERA of 3.28, 3.28, with 132 strikeouts. Then you got Joe Musgrove with a record of 8 and 5 and an ERA of 2.91 with 124 strikeouts. Then you got, I might butcher his last name here, but Sean Manahay, who is 6 and 6 with an ERA of 4.74, but he has 118 strikeouts. Now, my favorite pitcher on this roster is Blake Snell. I liked Blake Snell, but never liked him when he played for the Tampa Bay Rays. I just didn't like the team. But I really liked him when he went over the Padres because I could root for his team then. And he is struggling this year. He has a losing record right now, 4 and 6, a 3.96 ERA, with only 95 strikeouts on the season. But maybe he'll show up in the playoffs. I think he will. If they wouldn't have took him out of that World Series game, I think it was like game 4 or 5, 1 and 2. Then maybe they would have beaten the Dodgers and won the World Series. But the management was stupid and they took him out. And he was on a roll. But Blake Snell, I think he could show up in the playoffs and do really good, along with the 3 other pitchers. These guys all have 2 of the 4 have a winning record. One's 500, and the worst guy in the top 4 is only 2 games below 500. So I think if they can really increase their pitching, and Darvish really carries these guys in the rotation mostly because he's their ace. So you could see Darvish starting some games in the playoffs and maybe coming in relief or even closing the game, because that's the big thing about the playoffs is pitching. The pitcher's arms are getting tired through the 162 game season. Then you play the playoffs, so you can. It doesn't honestly matter sometimes if you're a starter or not. When they need you, you got to go in and deliver. I think these guys can do it. But they can't make the playoffs and then advance in the playoffs without these 3 guys. Soto, who is batting 252 right now, which is better because I think he was in like 240 or 246 earlier, like right before the trade deadline. And he's got 22 home runs and 47 RBIs. And they need him to produce. He's been in a World Series, and he's won a World Series, and he knows what it takes. So I think he's got to be a big leader for this team. Then you got Machado, who has the highest batting average on the team at 290. Just hit a walk-off home run to help their team win. And then the big piece that they're missing is for their guy, their shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr., who's coming off an injury right now, is in rehab, played in a minor league game the other night, and he hit a double. And they say he's looking really good and he's going to come back. I think later this month. So once he comes back and they have the pitching, the hitting, the these young guys, and even let's say like they make the playoffs or just miss it or get out of the playoffs right away, I would be really shocked if they did not win a World Series sometime in the next couple of years. Because they got Fernando and Soto. They're only 23. Only 23, man. That's crazy. Your two best players are only 23 years old. I think Machado's like 29 or maybe early 30s or he's pretty young too, but Soto and Tatis are 23 and they have so much potential left and they've already done so much and they're not even 25. So the future is bright for the San Diego Padres. Look out for this team. I think they can make a push. They're not going to win their division because they got the Dodgers in it, and they're just act. But I think if they can get some wins and really get on a roll for the rest of August and September, maybe make the wild card. And in baseball, anything can happen. I think baseball is the one sport where it's not a guarantee that the top 2 to 4 teams will make the championship games, and then obviously the best teams in the regular seasons will make the World Series. It's really hard to hit a baseball, and the team that has the best batting average all season could just go cold in the playoffs. So let's wait and see. Will the Padres, one, make the playoffs? Two, will they be a dark horse to go deep in the playoffs with this pitching and their good hitters? We'll just have to wait and see. So stay tuned and look out for the Padres this year and in the near future. Thanks for watching What's Your Take?